Whoa, hello, and welcome to the Lanky Beat Show. This is the first of a new series, and Diane Herring and I are going to put together 13 shows, and we're going to have guests galore for you in the next few weeks. So September right through to Christmas, we're going to put these up on Lanky Beat website, and then we're going to rock and roll. But first of all, we're putting the English Red Rose County of Lancashire on the world's rock and roll map as usual, and we're doing a great job, aren't we, Diane?
It was happy chaos then, groovy times, yet the war would just not end. Patient strife that the hippies loved all day, music flowed, still the man had final say. And the times kept on rolling by, and the songs kept us flying high. That was the time. That was life in a time when we were young, and the songs that we sang were such great fun. Hear the beat, we can dance away the night. There's no doubt, music always made things right. And the times kept on rolling by, and the songs kept us flying high. That was the time. Kept on rolling by, and the songs kept us flying high. That was the time. Now we're here, all the years have flown right by, but those times are so clearly on my mind. Like the song you can check out anytime, but you can't ever leave those times behind. And the times, they keep on rolling by, and the songs keep us flying high. And the songs keep us flying high. That was the time. That was the time. That was the time. That
Lovely,
was
lovely, lovely.
the time.
That's Sixth Generation. The Sixth Generation are over here at the moment, and we're talking that High Summer, and we recorded a programme with them, and it's something I'm looking forward to actually putting on air. And it's sensational little chats we had with them. Great insight into the world of the Sixth Generation, and what we're going to do is then devote the entire programme to them, because their American tour was pretty hot and pretty short, and featured in all that was the first time visit to the Cavern Club. And since they appeared on the Cavern Club, the manager at the Cavern Club have rebooked the band for next year. So They're coming back and doing it all over again. Meanwhile, what we've got for you is another track, and this is by Hart Carney, and I'll tell you a little bit about Hart Carney later, because one of them is me.
Wyoming, get my fix of serotonin, and there's nothing gonna stop me getting there. From Dakota to Nebraska, where my pals eat Lake Alaska, well, there's nothing gonna stop me being there. Black dogs at midnight, white rabbits in daylight, red river in sunlight, blue moon in twilight. Arizona with my gal from Oklahoma, and there's nothing gonna stop me leaving now. Just you wait until tomorrow when her mother says she'll follow. Yeah, there's nothing gonna stop me leaving now. Black dogs at midnight, white rabbits in daylight, red river in sunlight, blue moon in twilight. From Oklahoma, and there's nothing gonna stop me leaving now. Just you wait until tomorrow when her mother says she'll follow. Yeah, there's nothing gonna stop me leaving now. Black dogs at midnight, white rabbits at daylight, red river in sunlight, blue moon in twilight. Her mother couldn't follow. Yeah, there's nothing gonna stop me rolling on. Over mountain trails and hollows, there's no road I wouldn't follow. Yeah, there's nothing gonna stop me rolling on. There's nothing gonna stop me rolling on. It's a rock and rolling on.
Hart Carney, that guy, the beginning of the title there is me. That's my pal Jack. We got together, and we've been getting together for the past 30 years, we reckon, about 1980 when we got together, first met each other, and musically we discovered that we had a lot in common, and we finally, after 30 years, put self-penned tracks down. We got 12 of them, and that was the beginning track called Nothing's Gonna Stop Me. The history behind that track, I was driving from the Grand Canyon in Arizona to Denver, and I had to do it in a day. It's a fairly old, it's a fair old ride. I think it's about 750 miles, 800 miles. And I had to do it in the day because I was going to a wedding in the evening. So I made it. It took a lot of driving. I actually went through a blizzard over the top of the Rocky Mountains, and what we did, and we were dropping down the other side. A snowplow entered the fray and made a path through for us. So I would have been stuck on top of a mountain if it hadn't been for that wonderful guy driving a snowplow. So that's the history behind that. So Nothing's Gonna Stop Me was inspired by that event, of me driving all that way. So we've got now for you a very exciting moment. That is, in the studio, we have Vince Reno and the Sabres. Well, at least two members of Vince Reno and the Sabres. We're going to listen to a track that they produced later on, when they had kind of moved on from Vince Reno and the Sabres, and they'd moved on to the Magic Lanterns, and this is by them, and what a good track it is too.
in the arrow. You thought you had me fooled with all of that teased up hair, but don't try to act so cool, 'cause I've known you anyway, yeah. Excuse me, baby, don't you remember me?
Lovely stuff there again. We're so lucky to have all these wonderful tracks, and that of course brings me into our guest, because we're lucky again, because we've got Allan Wilson and Ken Hobin from Canada. Welcome, boys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, hello, Allan.
Afternoon.
Hello, Ken. Allan, you've been on our Lanky Beat programme before.
I have, yes.
Yeah, tell us, remind me about it. We had you on one of the earlier programmes, wasn't it?
Yeah, at Wrightington, yeah, that's right.
When we were at Wrightington in the studio.
We talked about the Magic Lanterns then.
Yeah.
It was mainly all about the Magic Lanterns, but the progression from the early groups to the Magic Lanterns.
Yeah.
It was one of the first shows, I think.
I know. Vince Reno, is a kind of the band that you started off with, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Was that your very first band?
Yes, it was. Only it wasn't Vince Reno and the Sabres. It was just called the Sabres.
Right.
That's
fine.
And that started off roughly in about 1961. Right. But we were all lads from St Helens then.
Yeah.
And what happened? The band progressed, if you like, over a period of maybe 12 months, and people left. One thing and another, either left or got elbowed out, one or the other.
Yeah. It's normal to have kind of bad personnel changes. Everybody.
And then then we did have another singer. We had another bass player. Ken was we were together, weren't we? Because Ken, although he's from Canada now, he's originally from St Helens. And then where was I? Yeah, so eventually we got another singer, and this was a guy called Morris, and because we were having trouble with a band in Liverpool called the Sabres as well.
Having trouble?
Trouble. When I say trouble, we were having difficulty getting into venues because there was two lots of Sabres.
Yeah.
And so so we decided to put another name in front, and consequently we put, God knows why, Vince Reno and the Sabres.
Which was Morris, of course.
Which was Morris.
Morris Tickle.
Morris Tickle.
Yeah, fantastic.
Still is. And
then you got into Liverpool.
Then we got into Liverpool. But having said that, it progressed. We changed the bass player. We got a new bass player, Ian Monker, who was with the Lanterns with me, and the Sabres then consisted of myself, Allan Wilson, Morris Tickle, Pete Bond on guitar, Ken Hobin on rhythm, and Ian Monker on bass. And we did the scene, all Wigan, St Helens, Manchester, you name it. However, the band in Liverpool then decided they would become Denny Satan and the Sabres.
Very well known.
Well-known band.
Yeah.
So it became problems again.
Yeah.
So we thought, blow this.
Yeah.
We've had enough of this.
Yeah.
So we changed our name to the Hammers.
Yeah.
By that time, though, again, people left. Ken left because he had health problems and one thing and another.
Yeah.
And then after a short while, Pete Bond, the guitarist, left. And we brought another guitarist in from Lee, a lad called Jerry Blackman, who sadly died now. So that left, there was only 4 of us then, Morris, Ian, myself and Jerry.
Yeah.
And we played as the Hammers for quite a while. And then of progression again, after maybe 12, 18 months, Jerry left due to personal reasons. And we brought a guy in called Pete Shoesmith.
Right.
And what happened then? Oh no, tell a lie. I'm digressing. I'm going wrong here. What happened then? Morris left first of all. The singer left, but again for personal reasons. He was getting married at the time, and I think he'd had enough. And we brought a singer in from Lee, who used to be with the Beat Boys, original Beat Boys, a lad called Jimmy Billsbury.
That's right.
And Jimmy came in, and we had Jimmy in, changed the whole concept of the band completely. Yeah. And then Jerry left, and we brought Pete Shoesmith in, who was originally from Burnley, but he was living and working in St Helens at the time. And that was it. We were still the Hammers. And then through Jimmy's songwriting capabilities and tracks that we did some demo discs. We managed to get a recording contract with CBS. But they wanted to change our name.
Again, from the Hammers.
To the Magic Lanterns.
To the Magic Lanterns.
And that was it.
Right, we'll come back to the Hammers. Now, I'm interested in that name, the Hammers.
Yeah. Nothing to do with West Ham.
Nothing to do with West Ham
no.
football. Hammers as in hammer the tool, or hammers as in the kind of amateurish.
No,
amateurs.
As in the tool,
it was as hamming it up.
Yeah. No.
Were you hamming your music
the reason because people used to say you don't half hammer out your sound. And that's how it came about.
That's a nice tag, that.
Isn't
it?
Yeah. So they said, right, for a 3-piece with a singer, 4-piece, but a 3-piece backing with a singer, he said, you really put out some sound.
Absolutely.
And you hammer it out.
Yeah.
And that's, so we thought, that's
how
it came about.
In a nutshell, is the progression.
Yes, it is.
But we've not finished with progression yet, because we have to go back to the beginning, where Vince Reno and the Sabres started. Yeah. And 2 years ago, and I'm going to bring Ken Hobin in now, and Ken's come all the way from Canada for a very, very special reason. And what is that reason, Ken? You're over here.
That's right, Bill. You're absolutely right. Of course, last October, I came over to visit family and got in touch with Alan and the rest of the guys. And, of course, you had us on at Lankykats, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
And
was that a reforming of the band?
That was it. That was the first one. Apart from a warm-up gig.
Yeah, you did a warm-up. Yeah, naturally.
In a pub in Lee, but that was it.
That's
so
right.
Apart from a few rehearsals, we'd never got together.
So,
for donkey's years.
How many years are I can't calculate.
50.
You started in 61.
Yeah, from the Vince Reno and the Sabres, it was 52 years.
52 years.
No, sorry, 50 years. 50
years.
Get it right, 50 years, yeah.
Last October.
Yeah.
And you played, it was, what a memorable night.
It was a good night.
Wasn't that great?
Was it
It was
electric?
a great night.
Yeah, it was.
So what happened then,
that spurred us on, didn't it?
Yeah,
really?
didn't it just? Yeah. And the guys, I went back to Canada, of course. And then I heard that you had invited the guys in part of that, 7-band operation, I guess, at the Cavern. And I thought, that's got to be it. I've got to get over there,
Yeah.
And of course, we did a couple of more practices, and just fantastic.
And you came over especially to do the Cavern Club with Vince Reno and the Sabres.
That's right.
Tell me
about
how the actual day went, because with 7 bands on, including an American band called the 6th Generation, Vince Reno and the Sabres, we got the Blue Notes, we had Just Vintage, we had the Delawares, we had Phase 2, And have I done it? Have I done it? I think I've done
that's
everybody.
7 bands?
7 bands.
7 bands.
7 bands.
Yeah.
We got through the programme between 12:30 and just running a bit late, about 5:15.
Yeah.
And finished off with the song Yellow Submarine, because that was Ringo's birthday song to Ringo. He's 73, wasn't he?
I thought he would have been there.
He was 73, and just shortly after we finished, Andy Murray won the tennis, didn't he?
He did.
And it became, the tennis.
That's
There's
right,
some remarkable
Good day.
statistics going round about, just to tell you, that he won the Wimbledon on the 7th of the 7th July. He broke serve in his sets on the 7th game, and it was 77 years since he won. Yeah, since a Brit won in Fred Perry. That's the statistics.
Yeah,
I thought I'd just chuck that in because it makes me look clever. You see. But
lucky
it's
seven.
not
Lucky seven.
The lucky seven. It was also a kind of an anniversary of a very sad occasion that happened in London, of course, and that was the 7/7 bombing.
It was,
and a 777 jet crash landed in the airport at Los Angeles on the day.
That's right.
So the 777s were banded around good and proper.
Yeah, they were.
On the 7. But let's get back to the Cavern.
Yeah.
What kind of an afternoon did
I
you have?
thought the whole day was fantastic. I know everybody was a little bit apprehensive. You always get that
but you're in
competition.
The Cavern.
You're in the Cavern.
You're in the Cavern.
You've got that competition, Bill, between groups, which is a natural thing, I guess. You're always wondering, are you going to come up to the mark? You know.
Yeah, I agree.
I think every band that was on that day absolutely did. For Vince Reno and the Sabres, I think we did.
You did? Every band went up a level.
Right. That's right.
Everybody. Yeah. And that was because of, I think, that the Cavern did that. Yeah. And then, of course, like you say, it's not a rivalry, but you want to perform your best in front of your musician friends. Yeah. And they're becoming friends now, aren't they, as well?
Absolutely.
There's always of course there's a rivalry.
We did Lankycats on the Thursday before the Cavern with the 6th generation.
Yeah.
And we got really nice guys. We got really friendly with them. So we kicked up a rapport, if you like, with the 6th generation.
Yeah, I believe so.
And it was really nice. Yeah.
Nice guys. I had a good chat to.
They've asked that when they return, sometimes next year, I think they've asked that can we put a show together with you guys on? So they've requested your presence and those together.
You better start saving, Ken, for the airfare.
So Jam Jars back.
Yeah.
Do they still take Jam Jars back?
Yeah, I had Jam Jars.
It used to be penny
we did
on
take
one
Jam
and
Jars
tuppence on another.
Yeah, pop bottles.
Yeah. That
did.
let me get married, actually. All that Jam Jar money.
I'm not old enough to remember.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah. So, never mind. That's an accident in the studio here. It just shows that we're live anyway. Live but recording. Yeah. So it's a nice thing to actually do, isn't it?
Can you start that again? Sorry.
Yeah.
Take 2.
It's a nice thing to actually do what we're doing. We're all doing this thing, aren't we now?
Yeah.
We're reliving our youth.
Yeah.
We are 60s children in more ways than one, because we're all turned 60, aren't we?
That's right. Yeah.
As well. I know. Yeah. I know some Facebook this morning, I think, was it you or Morris, who says, we're all in our 70s. I thought you'd done you down a bit there.
It is actually.
It is actually.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll have to be having a word with Mr. Tickle.
Yeah.
He may be.
Mr. What did they call him? Mr. Motivator?
I do, because he never stops. I mean, he's so fit, it's sickening.
He's
a
dynamo.
It is.
He's a real dynamo.
Yeah, he's not an ounce.
Snake hips.
That's snake hips.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You can call him as much as you want, and he can't call. He can't say anything about it, can he?
No.
Yeah, you can do what you want to him on here. Yeah.
I envy him really, because I mean, he does. He does do a lot. He does a lot of bike riding, a lot of walking, swimming, and he's just never still.
Fantastic.
And of course, he kind of he doesn't front the band so much as he plays keyboard.
Yeah, well,
and does a lot of singing and a lot of prancing.
Yeah.
He's got as much energy as Mick Jagger has, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. Certainly. And if there's anybody like for like in terms of physique, they're about the same, aren't they?
Right.
When you compare. So one did Glastonbury and the other did the Cavern Club within a week.
There you go.
Bit of difference in money.
Money. I mean, how much money do they need, these guys? I mean, you go on Glastonbury and do it for note.
Yeah.
Of course you would. Well, like all the 7 bands went on to the Cavern for nothing, because we're having fun.
Yeah.
And as well as kind of revitalising our youth and doing what we're doing now. And in some cases, I find I'm enjoying myself more now than perhaps I was as a youngster. Because you have angst as youngsters, don't you?
That's right.
You have a lot of emotions to deal with that are unknown to you.
Absolutely.
For a start, you fall in love, don't you? You've never done that before.
Well, you're looking pretty hot yourself.
You fall in love and you fall out of love, and you have different girlfriends, and they dump you and you dump them, and you've all that to go through. You're doing a daytime job as usual, daytime job, and you're playing in a band.
I got my knuckles wrapped a few times going into work and falling asleep.
Many times. Many times. Did it myself. Just got back. I mean, 5 o'clock. Got back from a gig. And say, for instance, the northeast. We've been up there. Sea houses we used to. That was our kind of a farthest gig out. Sea houses, and got back at 5 o'clock in the morning. And threw some breakfast down, if I can remember rightly. Went to work and went to sleep.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Been there, bought the T-shirt.
Well, that's why I got a job testing mattresses.
Did you?
And it was a great job. And then, of course, they fired me for standing up on the job.
Oh, wow. Well, at that point,
Thank you very much.
Diane likes that. We'll give her a ripple of applause for that. That's it. All the old ones, as they say, is the best ones. We'll break back now into some more music. This is the Night Crew. Appeared on the first occasion at Lankykats just recently, and this is called "You've Lost That Loving Feeling."
No tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, baby. But baby, I know it. You lost that love feeling. Oh, that love. That love feeling, now it's gone, gone. Now there's no welcome look in your eyes when I reach out for you. And girl, you're starting to criticize little things I do. Something beautiful's dying. You lost that
Yeah, the Night Crew. Spelt, it is spelt in a particular way. Knight is the name of the lead singer, Mr. Knight, and I can't remember his first name, Knight, and the crew is, how do you would spell it in the ordinary way, C-R-E-W. They're coming back to Lankykats soon, and we're looking forward to having them again. They're a particularly good lead singer in that he's the old school of lead singing. This is where, if you like, the Cliff Richard image began, and then the Marty Wilde and the Wildcats, and it was always a lead singer and a backing band, wasn't it? Shane Fenton and all that crowd. And the Night Crew have this kind of lead singer style, but it doesn't feature himself, except it's featured in the actual name of the band, and they went down a storm at Lankykats, so we're looking forward to getting them back. So, we were just discussing then, just in the background, while that lovely little track, and we'll play a couple of more of them before we've finished. Yeah, we're just discussing now that the progression now is that we're all having fun doing all this revival stuff. And now, what are Vince Reno and the Sabres going to do in future?
Well, hopefully we're going to carry. I mean, we're carrying on. We are starting to do pay gigs, and saying starting, we've done quite a few. We do pub gigs. There's one particular pub in Lee. I'll give it an ad. The Musketeer, that we do a hell of a lot, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Give them a promo, and we're always on the Musketeer, Lord Street, Lee. In fact, we're on there on the 21st of this month on the Sunday night. Anybody free? Come along.
Is it regular Sundays that you can...
I think they do have them regular Sundays. They didn't used to, but they've started now. But they have Thursday night, which is a jam night.
Yeah.
With a band called Dr. Rocks. Friday and Saturday they have bands on or solo acts on, and recently they started doing Sundays, and we've done quite a few Sundays.
So the pub is starting to get its name.
It's really,
for good music.
It's really good,
bands.
Good crowd.
And good crowd.
Really good crowd, yeah.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
What is that kind of an early finish at Sunday night?
No,
but just
half 11.
Half 11?
Yeah.
Right.
Keep going, yeah.
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 So
throw them out with the drunks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, in Lee, you know.
Lee, yeah. So it's good. But yeah, we do quite a few paid gigs now, but it is hard to get your foot in the door.
Why? In what way?
Well, I think because nobody knows the name now. Back in the early '60s, we did have a name.
Yeah.
Whether it be good or bad, we had a name.
Yeah, sure.
And we could, and of course there was bookings plentiful then. With nobody dreamt many doing pubs in those days. We were doing dance halls and clubs and what have you. Yeah. But nowadays, because a lot of clubs are closing, there's not many either labour clubs or social clubs now taking bookings because they're all closing down, you know. But we try to do. We've done a few, and we've done the Standish Unity Club where Lankykats rather is done, and we went to Storm there. So hopefully we can carry on and try and get some more gigs.
Yeah.
We don't, because of our age and that, we don't want to. We don't want to be out every week.
Yeah,
we're looking for a couple of gigs a month. You know,
that's brilliant. I mean, keeping your hand in, and then you can come and grace us at Lankykats.
Well, this is it, and we do and the charity gigs as well.
Yeah,
you know, on top of
great
that.
Cause.
Yeah.
I thought the atmosphere, Bill, at Lankykats was just blew me away.
At the Unity Club.
At the Unity Club.
Right, fantastic.
Just great.
Yeah,
great bunch of guys and excellent.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, we'll keep going as long as we can now. I mean, until we get to the stage where we can't.
Absolutely, yeah. And why not?
Yeah.
There's no reason not to, is there?
No, not really. No.
I mean, you've actually got your original lineup.
This is it.
Oh,
I don't think. In fact, I mean, I might be wrong.
There's not many.
Not many, if any. After 50 years, I mean, there's bands that are going after 40 years, but 50 years. There was a band in the paper recently, I think it was one Daily Mail, a band called, I think they've called a Hustle, down south, down Brighton.
Brighton, I
remember that. It was an article
and
in the
they were
paper,
claiming to be the only band
after
50 years that was still playing.
I know.
Not true.
Not true.
Not true.
Not true.
BBC, take note.
Yeah. But it was a hook, and you know
Yeah.
the newspaper went for
That's
that.
right.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
but
Yeah.
I felt like kind of just weighing in and saying, "Look," but you know, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. No.
But certainly the likes of Lankykats,
Yeah.
Mersey cats,
Yeah.
Mersey rats,
Yeah.
bless them, Cheshire cats.
Oh, yeah.
They've got. Well, they're all doing this
Yeah, that's
same
right. Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
All the bands go, you know, who go there are just doing exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That's
And,
right.
you know, when you see something like that in the newspaper, you know that you can drive a bus straight
Yeah,
through that
yeah.
particular
I
statement.
mean, when we did the Cavern on Sunday, I actually researched it, and it was the 7th again,
Oh,
7th of May, but
Yeah.
not only the 5th one, not the 7th one, but the 7th of May, 1962 was the first time the Sabres played the Cavern. And with that same lineup
Yeah.
that was on that day.
I know.
We played it quite a few times afterwards.
Yeah.
The Magic Lanterns did it 4 or 5, 6
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
We did it again in '63, didn't we?
Yeah.
With
So, you did
Alex's
it-
Corner and
Did
the
you?
Hollies.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alex's Corner actually was topping the bill
Yeah.
with Jack Bruce on bass, Ginger
Baker on
Baker
drums.
on drums, and you know Clapton used to be in and out of that band apparently.
He was.
Like a yo-yo,
Yeah.
depending on how things
Yeah.
were going that week, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was playing
No, he
that
wasn't,
night
no,
though.
no.
And
I
you're
think
on
they
the
had a
same
stand.
Yeah.
bill.
And the Hollies as
And
well.
the Hollies as well.
Yeah.
That's
What
right.
form? What shape of form were the Hollies at that stage?
They didn't have. They had all the lineup except Bobby Elliott. They had the
Right.
original Don Rathbone on drums,
On drums.
and a guy called Eric Haydock on bass.
Yes.
That's
yes.
right.
He went to Haydock's
right.
Rock House, didn't he?
They did.
And that was the lineup then.
Yeah.
That's right.
Graham Nash,
Yeah.
Alan Clark, Tony
Yeah.
Hicks.
Still
Can you remember the performance in
No.
shape?
Not really.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah,
Can you? No,
you can.
I can't,
very,
no.
very good. I mean, what blew me away was their close harmonies.
Well,
Oh yeah.
And, you know, not even talking about the Beatles, but I thought Holly's harmonies at that time were just out of this world.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
did I'll Never Get Over You, the old Johnny Kidd number.
Right.
And brilliant job.
I mean, they did 4 voices, hadn't they, basically?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Whereas
right,
the
Bill.
Beatles could muster 3
Three, yeah.
in
At
terms
the
of
most.
harmony.
Yeah.
Ringo was never invited
No,
to join in the
no,
harmony.
for sure.
So that's where they had their added dimension. And of course, they made the name out of not just that, but
Yeah.
out of the tight harmony
Of
with
course,
Nashi
yeah.
and Clarky.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the other 2 guys
That's right,
doing
yeah.
the backup vocal.
Yeah.
But you remember that distinctively.
Yeah.
That was their
Hallmark.
hallmark,
Yeah, for sure.
wasn't it?
For sure.
And the Beatles had their hallmark, and that's
Absolutely.
what separated lots of bands. isn't
We,
it?
we
They
were
had
very
some
privileged to do.
Yeah.
Sorry, we were
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
privileged when we were the Magic Lanterns to do 6 weeks or 6 Sunday shows at the North Pier at Blackpool.
Ah,
And
fantastic.
the Hollies were topping the bill for 6 weeks. Spencer Davis for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we used to watch the Hollies, and they were nice lads,
Yeah.
really good. But we used to watch them from the side of the stage. Really good atmosphere
Yeah.
there at the North Pier,
Absolutely, yeah.
And I mean, they were really tight. The only thing that was we got envious about was when they'd finished their set, where we used to have to hang on and get all our equipment together. They just threw their guitars down and legged it up the pier to a waiting car at the top of the pier.
Very nice. Is that the difference between a pro band and a semi-pro?
No, we were pro then, but we didn't have the money that we did.
Oh, it's the money.
Or quite the
Money
name.
always
pros.
did it.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
fantastic.
Oh no, we were pro. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's amazing. We keep gravitating back to the
Yeah.
Cavern, and it's amazing how it's just so
It's just an iconic place,
influential,
isn't it?
isn't
It's
Absolutely.
iconic.
I mean, it's so iconic. They've all played at the Cavern, haven't they?
For sure.
I discovered, you know, the Shadows
Yeah.
have played at the Cavern.
Have they?
Shadows?
Yeah.
I never knew that, but the Shadows have played at the Cavern, which I thought, London band,
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of based in, obviously the Two Eyes,
Yeah,
as they call
sure,
it, in
yeah,
London.
sure.
And all of a sudden I discovered the Shadows are playing. Now, I'm not sure, and I don't think Cliff Richard ever played
No.
Cavern. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, which brings me to a kind of a link back to my CD here with Jack Carney. The CD is called Hart Carney. If you do want copies, all you've got to do is kind of get in touch with me via Lanky Beat website, Bill at Lankybeat.com. Don't forget there's a K in there, Lankybeat.com, and I'll kind of get one out for you and then send it along if you want to have a go to listen to the 12 tracks. This is track 11 and it's called Listen to the Mersey Sound.
To the show, we're all happy, we're getting ready to go. Girls and boys making lots of noise at the show, dancing, reeling, singing songs we all know. Love me do yesterday, sing me happy birthday, I feel fine and we're having a good time. Just listen to the Mersey sound, put our feet on the ground and dance to the Mersey sound. Get ready 'cause we're coming around, we're gonna take it to the Mersey sound. Sunny and long. Just listen to the messages in the song. Dance, 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 we're finding romance as we go. Out on the floor, asking for more at the show. Get that, let it be, Michelle, tell me what you see. Good day, sunshine, we're having a good time. Feeling down, we just listen to the Mersey sound, put our feet on the ground and dance to the Mersey sound. Get ready 'cause we're coming around, we're gonna take it to the Mersey sound.
Take it around, Yep, we're going shortly back into the studio with some more material. Once I can get drag Jack away from his job, his demanding job, we can get in the studio and start doing some more of that, and we intend to produce our second CD. Mind you, the first one took 6 years, actually, through 12 tracks, because it got to a point where we were going in one day in a year. Mm-hmm. And then leaving it, and then going back, and then forgetting what we'd done, because so it's spending a full day trying to remember what we did the last time we were in.
Not as bad as Black
so
Sabbath,
that's why
20 odd years.
That took 6 years to kind of do it. I'm talking about that kind of recordings and things like that. I mean, the Hammers, and then subsequently onto the Lanterns, as you call it, the Magic Lanterns. They, of course, did have a hit in the American Billboard charts at number, and it peaked at number 14, didn't it?
Yeah,
We're
68.
going to play the song in a minute, but it's called Shame, Shame.
Yeah.
And Ken reckons, he suspects, if we dig deep enough, we can find that it was at number 1 in Canada.
That's right. That's
so
what I understand.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But before that was some interesting news behind the Magic Lanterns' success, as it were, in recording. Because they had a songwriter called Jimmy Billsborough joined them, didn't they?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
and Alan, it changed the band, didn't it?
It changed the dimension of the band completely. Yeah.
So tell a little bit about Jimmy.
Well, Jimmy, like I said, Jimmy was originally with the Beat Boys in the early days, and he'd packed in for quite a while anyway. We'd heard that when Morris left, we'd heard that he wanted to start singing again, so we approached him. He joined the Hammers, and he used to have a habit of sitting down at a piano and writing songs. One week, we were here playing at the famous Garrick Theatre Club in Leigh, and we weren't topping the bill. We were just the opening band, and we did a couple of these tracks that Jimmy had written. One was called Greedy Girl, and the other one was called Long, Long Time. And Roy Hastings, who was the compere then at the Garrick, he took a shine to us. He said, "Have you ever recorded them? In those days on vinyl?"
Right.
And we said, "No, we haven't." So he said, "Do you want to do?" So, cut a long story short, we went to a studio in Liverpool called Unicord, and we laid down these tracks on vinyl. And Roy, he said, "I've got a friend that works at a publisher's in London for Campbell Connelly, which is massive, massive publishers." Yeah. He said, "I'm going down to London. I'll take him down with me." So he took this record down. Within, I'd say, 2 weeks, we got a letter back from Campbell Connelly saying, "Really interested in your sound. We like what you're doing, but I've got a record that I think might suit you." And this was Excuse Me Baby, the record you played earlier, because of the harmonies and whatever.
Yeah.
He said, "Come down and we'll take you to the studio and we'll put Greedy Girl on the B-side." When we got down to London, he said, "Well, I want to change your name." He said, "I don't want to use the Hammers. It was too like West Ham, He said, "I want to change it to the Magic Lanterns. Yeah. Sign here." Couldn't sign fast enough. And then that was 1966. That, and then we carried on progressing, if you like. We did 7 or 8 singles, and then Shame, Shame. We changed that was with CBS, Excuse Me Baby, and then we changed labels through with Shame, Shame to a label called Camp, but it was through Atlantic in Polydor. Right. And that was it. But they did carry on quite a bit after I'd left. Yeah. And they had they didn't have any major hits. But Jimmy later went on to become a member of the Les Humphries Singers in Germany, which were absolutely huge.
Yeah, they were more of a television band, weren't they?
Yeah, they went
Eurovision.
They did Eurovision twice.
Did they? As in Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So this is the Les Humphries Singers.
Yeah.
And they were just singers, were they? Like a group of
singers?
Just
a group of singers,
They weren't guitars and drums or anything like that?
No, just a group of singers, yeah.
And Jimmy was involved with that?
He was the main man.
He was the main man?
He was the main singer, yeah.
Yeah, what a heck of a talent.
Yeah, you can see him on YouTube. You can see them on YouTube.
Well, where was Jimmy from? Was he from St Helens?
No, he's from Glazeborough.
Glazeborough, near Leigh.
Yeah. Originally a baker's boy.
Yeah,
right. He was a baker, yeah.
Exceptional talent that we had in Lancashire.
Yeah.
That we're here. In my opening statement of every show, putting Lancashire on the world's rock and roll map.
Yeah.
And here was a guy doing it, wasn't he? And yet hardly known. I mean, I have to confess, I didn't
Sadly,
know much
he died
about
10 years ago in Germany.
Yeah.
But
in
under
Germany.
certain circumstances. But he made a lot of money.
A little memory comes out of the Les Humphries Singers that there were 2 particular singers that went on to do something even bigger, and that was Boney M.
Correct.
Am I right?
Liz. What was her name?
Liz.
Anyway, one was from Boneyham, Liz, whatever now. Yeah, forget her second name.
Yeah.
And one of the guys went. One of the guys went to work with. Now, it's a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
Well known, which I've forgotten. Memory again.
Never mind.
Memory again,
People,
Alan.
sorry about that.
I mean, a lot of this information, of course, is on the Lanky website. Which, of course, if you're listening to this, you should be on there.
Yeah.
Or you're on YouTube. One or the
that's
other,
right, yeah.
Listening to this. So, I mean, just Google Jimmy Billsborough and see what you can come up with. All the Les Humphreys singers. And even Boney M. And, you know, and see the progression some of those guys and gals
that's right,
got up to in those stages. We're going to go cut back now to a little bit more music. So we've got track 6 for you, which is Looking At for us. That's the title of the CD by the Sixth Generation. And this is a song that's done 3,000 hits on YouTube just recently, and is called Smooth Sailing.
Chasing away the clouds in my mind, you get me by when I'm so tired, but it's smooth sailing tonight. That's when you make it all right. Don't know what lies ahead in the light, but it's smooth sailing tonight. I come home from a with nothing good to say. But I just let it go. I tell you, it's okay. I know tonight is ours, only you and me. We'll be smooth sailing tonight. That's when you make it alright. We'll be smooth sailing, smooth sailing, smooth sailing tonight.
Yeah, well, wow. I mean, 3,000 hits, that's significant, isn't it?
It is.
3,000
Yeah.
hits.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are going to be on our next programme that I'm going to put up here on Lanky Beat. They're going to tell us all about kind of songs like that, and we're going to look forward to it, like I say, in a week or two time. We're going to start the programme off in September, and then run a series of 13, like I said. Well, we're coming to the final bits of the show, and what we haven't done is play the track, Shame, Shame, that we were talking about before. So we'll finish off with that particular track, but before we do, we'll just need to just say our thank yous, and, to Ken Hobin here and Allan Wilson of Vince Reno and the Sabres. Say and give my greetings to the rest of the boys in the
thanks very much.
Tell Morris that I'm looking for a new date for Lankycats from you, November or December.
Yeah, it will be.
So check that out with me very quickly, and let's get you in.
Yeah.
And because the atmosphere at Lankykats is great when you guys come, and as it is for most bands, I shouldn't do that individually, but there you go. It's a great night. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Diane.
Good luck with
Diane.
good luck with your trip back to Canada. Whereabouts in Canada was it, Ken?
I'm just north of Toronto.
Right.
2 hours north. A place called Muskoka.
Yeah.
Just,
Right. All right. Okay. Like I say, it's a nice state is Ontario. I like
We'll make that a province, Bill, but that's okay.
Yeah. State, province. Yeah.
Okay.
I discovered that French states are called départements. Yeah, that's another one that they have to be different. So they've got a state called Quebec, haven't they? So do they call it
it's a province.
A département?
No, strictly Provence.
With a
province.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, thanks very much, boys.
Thanks so much,
Diane. Thank you very much as always.
Wonderful.
Wonderfully produced again.
Much.
We're all so grateful for Diane and her hard work. I'm Bill Hart. I'm from Lanky Beat and from Lankykats, and a very good evening to you all. Bye-bye.